But then there's Audrey. Lovely Audrey. What are we talking about? Why am I singing a song?
We're not talking about Little Shop of Horrors.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Give us time.
Yeah.
Less time than you might think.
We're talking about my girl, Audrey Hepburn, because today we're jumping into number 7, Roman Holiday. But Nora, what is this show?
This is When Rom Met Com, the podcast where we break down what makes a date movie a great movie. We are currently working our way through Vanity Fair's list of the 42 best romantic comedies of all time to see if they had us at hello or were a big mistake. Huge. I am Nora, as Jack has just said. That's Jack.
As Nora has just said.
And we are here today with a guest, Chris Feil, who is the host of the podcast This Had Oscar Buzz, who we have had before at the very beginning of this list. So actually, we're almost at the end. This is number 7. But Chris, you were first on for number 39, I think. It was episode 3.
Yeah, much higher in the list. It's been a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would have been number 40.
Oh, I can't do math. Yeah, it would have been number 40. Something's got to give. Insane that it was that low on the list.
Yes, very, very, very odd. And I would say this was surprising to be so high on the list, though I think it's basically a perfect movie.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I take no problems with the distinction of it being a romantic comedy. I guess it is both a comedy and a romance, but I think I wouldn't have necessarily classified it as a romantic comedy in the way we think of like a true rom-com, which is silly on my part because it's so obviously influential to so many other movies.
Yeah, I mean, weirdly, the film on the list that I kept thinking about while watching this was Coming to America.
Go on.
Just because it is another fairy tale about a member of a royal family experiencing the joys and stresses of everyday life.
I mean, I thought a lot about the Princess Diaries, a movie that is not a romantic comedy, but I think some people would classify it because
the second one is.
The second one absolutely is. But the first one I think might get classified as such because it's about a lady. And it is a comedy, which is always just like an unfair thing that happens. But also, the country that she is a princess of never gets mentioned.
No.
And on this rewatch, the whole time I was like, it's Genovia. She is the princess of Genovia. It is an extended universe.
I love the idea that this is a secret prequel to the Princess Diaries. And, you know, with the intertwining careers of Audrey Hepburn and Julie Andrews, it makes complete sense.
Absolutely, absolutely.
They are both Eliza Doolittle.
But I know they were trying to distance the story from being British royalty because they were trying not to be like, this is Princess Margaret, basically. So that's interesting.
Well, we got that movie a few years ago with A Royal Night Out.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, what a film. What if the princesses went out?
A perfect concept for a film. That's what this one is. I love when princesses go out. My favorite thing.
Before we jump too deep into it, slight update from when Chris was on last. We have now been in the virtual presence of Nancy Meyers.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible.
As we got to go to a virtual Q&A with her over a screening of The Intern.
Yeah, that was cool.
Amazing.
She was like on Zoom and we were in the cinema being like, that's Nancy Meyers.
Had she already started filming on this new movie?
No, but she was in pre-production.
Okay.
So she was talking about like just putting everything together.
Yeah. When this new movie comes out, it will be the sun and the moon and the stars to me. It will be the only movie that exists.
Well, we should call you back for when whatever Nancy's new movie comes out.
I'm incredibly available.
We're hoping to cover some of the other Nancy movies that we haven't been able to cover yet.
Okay, so not to call you out before you're wrapping up your episodes if you haven't already told your listeners, but how are you moving forward after this list is done? Because you're closing in on it.
It's a great question.
I have a bid for you guys.
Oh,
I do think at this point you've done a lot of great rom-coms. I think you should try to find a list. I mean, I'm not here to tell you what to do. And I'm sure you already have a plan that is very interesting and fun. I would hint that you should find a list of the worst rom-coms and go off of that list.
Nora's face.
So, unfortunately, it would kill me. I would not survive because I find it so painful to dislike and criticize things.
Sure.
We are a positive movie podcast.
Good vibes only.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are so many podcasts that sort of do the like worst rated lists and that really dig into things and rip into things. And they are much funnier and meaner in a fun way and better at that than we are. It would be so uninteresting me trying to be like bitchy about a movie. I cannot impress upon you enough how much you would not want to listen to that. I know that we have already discussed your relationship with rom-coms on our previous episode, but I wanted to, it's been a while, so I wanted to check in on that and just see, like, has your relationship to rom-coms changed?
And what is your relationship to Rome?
What is my Roman Empire? The correct answer to what is my Roman Empire is Silver Springs, the Fleetwood Mac song, Don't Get Me Started. Subject for a great rom-com. Who knows? Doesn't end happily, but who knows? It could be a rom-com. Yeah, we're still in a place where we're not getting enough rom-coms. If anything, we're getting like deconstructed rom-coms now. Like I'm thinking of Materialists in particular.
The drama.
Yeah, it's not really a rom-com, but it certainly wants you to think it's going to be one when you walk into the theater. And then it's kind of about how those movies work. I didn't find it a particularly satisfying movie. So I don't know if I really have an update other than to say we still need more rom-coms. They've gone away and we need them back.
What is your relationship to Roman Holiday?
Well, I mean, I can't claim that it's any type of foundational ground level movie for me. I don't think I saw it until the pandemic or post-COVID. So it's a relatively recent rewatch for me. But you know, I do have a relationship with Audrey Hepburn and Gregory Peck. My mother, her favorite movie was To Kill a Mockingbird, and she loved Gregory Peck because of it. Obviously, The Omen is a real scar on young me being terrified.
I like obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
Always hanging out with that Damien.
Yeah. And then Audrey Hepburn is obviously like, Wait Until Dark and My Fair Lady. I've recently called myself a My Fair Lady apologist. I know that is not everyone's favorite musical. I still think it's great. And I think she's great in that movie, even though that's not her voice. Those were bigger for me through childhood. And then I'm an Oscar nerd. So she, has a special place.
Shall we jump into the stats?
Yes, we should. Oh, we should also say neither Jack nor I had seen this one. We watched it specifically for this.
Oh, great.
But yes, so this was directed by William Wyler, who fought for this movie to be shot in Rome, which,
He won.
He won. He paved the way for Lizzie McGuire to go there later. It stars Gregory Peck, Audrey Hepburn. I love introducing Audrey Hepburn because it's not her first film, but, it's the first one where it matters.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Albert, Hartley Power, and Margaret Rawlings. This was released on the 27th of August, 1953. Where were you then? Where were we all on the 20th?
That fateful day.
Made on a budget of 1.5 million and a box office of 12 million. It's got a Rotten Tomato score of 95%.
That feels appropriate.
IMDb describes it as a bored and sheltered princess escapes her guardians and falls in love with an American newsman in Rome.
Yeah.
It's kind of there.
That's what the movie's about.
It is and it isn't. There's a lot of other things in there.
Do we want to make Chris do the 30-second plot synopsis again?
Well, 30 seconds is unfair. It's 60 seconds.
Oh, sorry. 60 seconds. Are you up for it, Chris?
I'm absolutely up for it. It's not the plottiest movie. A good half of the running time is just, looking at Audrey Hepburn's face while nothing happens. And it's entertainment enough. So I think I can get close. I'm bad at this game on my own show. So we'll see what happens.
It is wild that the rom-com of it kind of starts about an hour and 10 minutes into this movie.
Yeah,
it's an interesting structure, isn't it? Okay.
All right, I've got a stopwatch, and I'll be okay.
You'll be clearer about the start and finish time.
I'll be clearer about the start and finish time.
We learned our lesson last time.
Okay. in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, we're following Princess Anne. She is the princess of an unknown country doing a European tour currently in Rome. She is basically being put through the ringer, doing press events throughout the city. And she's kind of falling sick one night, and she's also sick of being a princess, and she's given some meds, but then she runs off. And meanwhile, while she's still on those meds, she starts to pass out, and she comes across a journalist who then takes her to her apartment, but he's not a creep, so he, protectively lets her sleep there. And then he realizes who she is, and then they break apart, and he decides he's going to try to get some type of, story out of this. Meanwhile, they meet back up in the city. She's cut her hair and tried to disguise herself. And they basically fall in love over the course of a day, but she decides to go back to being a princess, and they meet in a court procession, and you think that they're going to get together, but then they ultimately don't, and Joe goes back to his job, and she goes back to being a princess.
1 minute, 6 seconds.
Well done.
That is better than I've ever done on my own show. I need to bring
Well, you're right.
energy.
It's not a plotty movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 2-hour movie that you can squeeze into 1 minute and 6.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the vibes,
It is about the vibes, and that's Italy in general.
It's about the emotional expression constantly cascading across Audrey Hepburn's face. It is this movie. It's no wonder that it made her such a huge superstar, because the performance alone is just taking you through this emotional journey that she doesn't necessarily put into words throughout, but we see her longing throughout, her longing to be a regular person, and then her spark of romance, and how the romance that she's feeling with this guy could promise, a normal life for her, but then she also has that sense of duty too. Or maybe if there's any issue people might have with this, is that it is slightly underdeveloped in terms of why she would go back to being a princess. There's no real impetus that would make her feel that conflict. She just kind of...
I don't know if I agree.
Oh, go for it.
I mean, it's a very small thing, but it is that hearing on the radio.
Yeah.
Where the people of her country are, at odds with themselves, not knowing what's happening with their princess.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a duty to her people.
Yeah.
Which is also, this reminded me of Red, White, and Royal Blue. Just I've got to make a decision. Do I follow my heart, or do I do what I was born to do?
Let's see what Vanity Fair had to say about this. One could credit or blame this film for inspiring everything from The Prince and Me to Netflix's The Princess Switch franchise.
Yes!
I would say credit for both of those. The well-worn formula began with Audrey Hepburn's Princess Anne fleeing from her gold-plated prison for adventure in the Eternal City. While taking her trip on the wild side, she encounters American journalist Joe Bradley, a smoldering Gregory Peck, who takes his royal run-in as the perfect opportunity for an explosive article. Hepburn and Peck's chemistry is undeniable, and watching them fall in love while riding a Vespa or grazing near the Trevi Fountain is a breezily comforting affair. That is, until Joe's deceit is revealed, and the reality of their different stations in life comes rushing back into focus. The film's final scene remains one of the most quietly heartbreaking in romantic comedy history. Directed by William Wyler, Roman Holiday would prove to be Hepburn's own crowning achievement, earning her an Oscar for Best Actress in the process. And that is Savannah Walsh. I have one tiny bone to pick with that.
Before you have a tiny bone to pick, I just want to give you credit, Nora. You read these Vanity Fair articles so beautifully. You've got such a wonderful speaking voice.
That's so kind.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Yay, my drama school training. The reveal of his true identity is not relevant to the breakdown of their relationship in the slightest. She thinks he's a fertilizer salesman.
Yeah.
So there was never a situation. He didn't lie and say he was a prince.
His reveal is very late on as well.
Yeah, they've broken up. She has returned before the reveal that he is a journalist.
And even the fertilizer salesman is like a metaphor for what he actually does, because he's
Euphemism.
like, he's not
selling bullshit.
Yeah, he does like puff pieces, you know, he does junk.
Wants to get back into that New York newsroom so he can hang out with Cary Grant and Rosalind Russell.
I do think that, you know, there's a lot of rom-coms because, you know, it's not always based in reality, but there's a lot of rom-coms where there's things like false identity. Someone is lying about who they are. And oftentimes when it's a man lying about who they are, it creates this icky power dynamic. And it doesn't ever feel like this movie strays into that. Like, I don't ever feel like she's being taken advantage of in some type of way, except for like he might do this story, but he ultimately doesn't.
There's one moment, and it's not to her. No, the moment for me that I'm like, this could sell me against his entire character is him trying to take that camera from that little girl. I hated that moment so much because that little girl is just like, no, it's my camera.
But it's so funny because he is being so embarrassing. And the way the teacher looks at him, like, are you fucking kidding?
Oh my God, can you imagine though if someone did that today?
Yeah, that's bad.
Terrifying.
I don't think that's his worst moment.
Well, journalists are not known for liking children.
You say this from experience?
I like any children that's connected to me via family and friends.
Fair.
I almost feel like the movie goes to lengths to be like, but he's not a creep, in a way that is kind of refreshing for a mid-century movie. Even with the stuff where it's like she's sleeping in his apartment, but he's not being gross or weird about it. And you do have that tension, I think, as a modern audience member where you're like, is it gonna go to some place that I don't want it to go to? And for me, at least, it doesn't. I'm sure that there's a lot of people who could complain about the power dynamic. As
someone who had never seen this before, it was a film where I was sitting there being like, what the fuck's gonna happen? Where's this gonna go? She's a princess. She gonna abdicate? I sort of sat there when it ended, devastated at what I'd just seen. They are right. It is like just heartbreaking.
Yeah, I was very shocked by the ending.
It's very beautiful in its own way.
It is.
And I love that she gets to keep the pictures.
That is like one of the greatest acts of kindness in movies, that Eddie Albert gives her the photos of her going and living a real life. It's just this really, every time I watch it, like that's the part where I'm like, I'll like start to cry, because it's just like, that has nothing to do with the romance. And in a way, like, it's part of why I'm like, a romantic comedy, interesting classification for this, but not wrong. Because that almost feels more significant of a gesture than any romantic gesture in the movie. Because this is also one of my favorite movie genres. This is kind of a movie about a woman self-actualizing.
Oh, yes. Your favorite subgenre.
But a lot of rom-coms are that too, right?
It's especially a significant gesture because 10 minutes before he was like, she's fucking fair game, bro. And him handing her those photos is him getting on board with the idea that we're going to treat this woman like a human being.
Also, that picture of her hitting the guy with the guitar is
iconic.
Brilliant.
I'd frame it.
Yeah. I wonder what she does do with those pictures, because it's like she can't hang them.
Right.
She's got to keep them like in a locked away box.
Keep them in her underwear drawer. I mean, theoretically, I guess he could probably print more, but I think the implication is that he's giving her the pictures and he's releasing his claim to them.
In the act of giving them to her, recognizes the significance of what the whole day was for her and what her circumstances are.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
I gotta wonder, how good can that camera in that lighter be?
Yeah, I call bullshit on that technology. We do not have the technology.
It was very James Bondy before James Bond.
It's Rome. There's candlelight everywhere. They have proper lighting.
They've got proper lighting, but I don't know if you could put a camera in a cigarette lighter.
You know what? The magic of movies.
Yeah, no, it's a great, I just like, it's a great excuse to have him just like hold this lighter up every now and then. It also felt like a bit of a dick move at the end when he held the lighter up to her while he was taking pictures, and he was like,
Because that could be interpreted as a threat or as a like, by the way, I've got all these illicit pictures of you.
Mm-hmm.
It would have scared the shit out of me. I think he was trying to be playful, but it was misguided.
Yeah. I will say I do love Eddie Albert in this movie.
I do. He's so handsome in this movie.
We'll talk about more about supporting characters as we go on, but a really lovely person to have along for the ride.
Mm-hmm.
And just the quickness that he adapts to calling her Smitty.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and the number of drinks he gets thrown on him.
And tripped up.
Joe Bradley is the worst problem solver I have ever seen. He's really, really bad at thinking on his feet. It's like the second it goes wrong, he just throws a coffee on you.
And he's like, you spilled this.
Completely insane. There are so many better ways to communicate that.
It's kind of like, I wish I could operate at that level. I wish I could just be confident enough to spill a drink on somebody and be like, look at what an asshole you are. Before I never trip them up and be like, oh, you're clumsy.
But also him pretending he's been to the press conference when he hasn't, instead of making up an excuse why he wasn't there, he tells lies that are very easy to like verify. He's just really, really exceptionally bad under pressure.
I mean, he also seems very bad with money. He owes his landlord too much. Another great side character, that landlord.
His worst decision, and I'm preempting my wouldn't do, is when he finds out the princess is asleep in his apartment and he calls his landlord and says, hold her at fucking gunpoint.
But the best shot in the movie is it's shot of him with a fucking like rifle marching out from the door. And the kids are like, look at this guy.
It's just, that's so dark. Like, I think his behavior in like picking her up off the street and taking her home is all completely above board. Like, it would have been worse for him to leave her anywhere but in his own home. And he doesn't like even try to like share the bed with her or any of like, I think it's all completely reasonable. He goes insane once he figures out who she is.
Yeah.
It's just pure luck that she didn't know she was being abducted. So there was able to be some like fun and games.
Maybe I hate Gregory Peck. Apologies.
The actor?
Maybe. He went on to raise the son of Satan, so you know.
But also, you talked about supporting character guy whose name I've now forgotten.
Oh, Eddie Albert.
Eddie Albert. You talked about Eddie Albert being handsome. How does Gregory Peck exist? How do people exist that look like that? How is he just walking around the world with a jawline?
Let me tell you, they're not journalists.
Well, I mean, while we're going down that road, Audrey.
Oh, I know. But I expect women to be enchanting.
But I don't think anyone is quite like Audrey Hepburn.
No.
There are, at the moment, I believe, 2 competing Audrey Hepburn movies in development. One with Rooney Mara and one with Lily Collins.
And
I'm like, yeah, but they're not Audrey, though. Like, for this to be her first big movie, she has such an engaging presence, and you instantly fall in love with her. She's got a childlike wonder about her that's so great. The bit where the general faints after she gets her injection, and she just goes, ha!
Yeah.
It's a really lovely moment. It's impossible not to fall in love with her watching this movie. And I think the same could be said of most Audrey Hepburn movies.
I've never seen her in a movie before.
What?
Oh, wow.
I know. Isn't that nuts?
I forgot you've only seen the Sabrina remake.
Right. So I was completely unprepared for the effect that Audrey Hepburn would have on me. I am completely in love with her. She is the most enchanting person who ever existed.
I think she's such a unique movie star because she's also someone who I feel like everybody had good things to say about. She was someone who, you know, put her family first when she needed to. And just, she seemed to be like a real caring person. Didn't she, I think, donate her last paycheck from Always to charity? Like, she's a mensch. And I don't think we get many movie stars like that. And I'm kind of like sad that there aren't more Audrey Hepburn movies.
Yeah.
There are quite a few, but not enough.
Yeah. I mean, her life was cut short far too early. I think one of the things, like we talk so much about her as a movie star that we forget she's also just an incredible actress as well.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't make Roman Holiday a classic on magnetism alone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you also don't really kick off these tropes that she's playing and make people want to recreate that again in other narratives if you don't have an actor who's so compelling, you know, kind of setting the standard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like one of her performances I think about, which is obviously a very painful, unpleasant movie and has, you know, a lot of history for people. It's a hot stove of a movie that a lot of people don't want to touch, is The Children's Hour, where, you know, McClane gets the bigger character, the one who goes through the turmoil, the one who goes through trauma. But Audrey Hepburn is really in lockstep with her throughout the whole movie and also gives a really powerful performance as well. But I mean, here, I think one of the thing that's just like, you know, a meteoric Star is Born type of performance is the level of spontaneity that she has. Yeah. You know, this is kind of an era of movie making where people were rewriting the rules. You have like the Brandos who were really changing acting styles. And I think, you know, while, you know, she had very different methods and approaches to her work, I think you can include Audrey Hepburn in that because there is this naturalism to her performance, even though she is like a heightened performer. She's playing a princess in this movie. But, you know, there's improvisational stuff in this movie, right? Like the Hand of Truth moment is a bit that Gregory Peck did on her to get a natural reaction on screen. And part of that is like her just ability to not have that, you know, I'm in front of a camera right now thing. That real type of like spontaneity is still really compelling on screen in a way that feels very fresh for this type of movie. You know, it's not super performative. It's just someone who can be just fascinating to watch.
Yeah, I completely agree. And that Mouth of Truth bit was so impressive because I had read before I watched it that it was improv, it was a natural reaction. And I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't know, because the way she was able to not just react authentically, but stay in it and continue to react in character, as opposed to going, oh my God, you scared me. I can't believe you were going to do that. Haha, breaking character. The way that she was able to stay so fully in it and to have this very natural, but also very big reaction.
She calls him a beast.
Right. It's so beautiful.
I just on that moment, I love the choice to then just go back and just show the wall again while they've walked away as if it's an observer. Beautiful stuff.
You know what that moment is sort of like is the famous bit in Pretty Woman. You might not know about this, Jack. Jack has not seen Pretty Woman.
Oh boy.
Where Richard Gere closes the jewelry box on Julia Roberts' hand and she reacts.
I know about this.
Okay, yes.
Yep, it is a very similar moment. That's a great call out.
Yeah, I was really mesmerized. And the only other performance I can really think about like that is like her in Breakfast at Tiffany's, which is a character that I feel like in the hands of so many other people could become so grating. And yet with Audrey, you like, oh, but I want to know everything about you. I want to...
The most charming person who has ever lived.
Yeah. She's a real ringer.
A real ringer. You know what else I love about her is her teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've had many, many, many thousands of dollars worth of orthodontia. Like, I had really, really bad teeth. And the fact that hers are like a little crooked in the cutest possible way is so charming and delightful to me. Like, it makes her human because she is so beautiful. Like, people who look like that, again, just don't exist. Like, she doesn't look real. She looks like a doll. But then her teeth look real, and it just makes her sort of accessible in this really lovely way.
There's a quote from her on her IMDb page, which is just, I would never think that someone with my face would have made it in the films.
I'm sorry. What would you change about your face? Fuck off, Audrey. I'm mad at you. What is she supposed to be changing about her face?
She's like, this hideous face of mine.
I mean, I think if you think of screen beauties around that time, or what, you know, maybe when she was younger, seeing people on screen, and that does form in your brain an idea of what attractiveness is. She doesn't look so much like a, screen star, some of the people who would be considered a great beauty before her.
She's not a Veronica Lake or...
Sure, it's a different vibe, but we who love her are able to say, that's crazy, you're gorgeous. But like, you can understand on the human level that, she was a different kind of star and a different type of screen beauty too. But she was also never really playing, the Veronica Lake roles. That's not necessarily what she was right for.
How to Make a Million is probably the closest I can think.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say other than I'm pro Audrey Hepburn.
I'm pro.
Yeah.
Do we know how old she's supposed to be in this? I know she was 23 while filming, but I suspect the character is younger.
I imagine like 16 to 18.
That's what I was thinking, like maybe 17.
She's young.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how well that leans into Gregory Peck being a creep, but that is the way of films of the 1950s.
He is very respectful, except for holding her at gunpoint and trying to manipulate her for a story. But then he changes his mind.
I thought you were going to say he was very respectful, apart from holding her hand.
Well, actually, weirdly, he tugs her around by the wrist for a while. Like holding her hand would be too intimate.
Yeah. Well,
which I found really interesting. I was like, it felt like it was a choice for him to not be too close to her.
Speaking of hand-holding, the biggest laugh I had in this movie was the gag with the stairway, where he's holding her hand and leading, and he's walking up the stairs, and she's walking into the hall.
Like next to the stairs, and he has to like slowly turn her around and lead her back around.
So funny. Like, she's drugged up to high heaven. That and the eyes of the other royal entourage when they see the shoe off her foot. Their eyes just widen. God forbid the shoe is seen.
That William Wyler really knows how to craft a sequence.
What I wouldn't give to be one of these fucking dictators dancing with Audrey Hepburn.
I read somewhere that there was actual like Italian royalty or sort of ranked people who did it and donated their salaries to charity.
Yeah.
And some of the press in the scene at the end were actual press.
Wow.
Gotta get your cast.
Authentic casting. You know, before it was cool. Now every fucking casting call is like, we're looking for real dentists. We're looking for real accountants. We're looking for people with real grave digging experience. It's infuriating. It's like, why did we bother to train to be actors?
They're never looking for real rom-com podcasters.
Not yet.
There are lots of lovely little setups in this. I like that most of her Roman holiday is set over montage. Just get to do a speed run of everything that's fun.
I love a montage.
And I love that, it was one of these things that William Wyler thought to have it shot on location. And then they were like, fine, it's going to be in black and white and you got to use some unknown as your star. Worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to talk about his apartment for a minute because he has this teeny tiny apartment that may or may not have 2 bathrooms. He walks into a closet to change at some point, and that's not the bathroom. But then he also has a bathroom in there. But it's this teeny tiny little apartment, as you would imagine a journalist would have in Rome in the mid-century. But then it has this patio that only his apartment has access to, and it's like 3 times the square footage and has this beautiful view over Rome. And I was like, no, let's go back to this patio. He needs to stay outside. He needs to not chase after her. There is this thing, and of course, like the whole setting in Rome and shooting on those locations is so beautiful in this movie. You guys have your own scale of like rom-coms here, and I feel like there is an unspoken scale to rom-coms that's a little different, that is like aspirational to reality.
Yes.
This movie is fully like tipping the scales towards aspirational. Like part of what is romantic about this movie is that we're basically getting a tour through Rome. And like the idea of the character thing that's aspirational is, what if you were a princess but didn't want to be? And it's like, yes, I can relate to that because I too want to be a princess. And I too want to have different circumstances in my life sometimes.
But is it aspirational to not have a kitchen?
That is true. I mean, if all of your meals are just in the city of Rome.
Yeah, he's like, I'm eating out all the time.
Just to eat out every meal.
Yeah, in Rome of all places.
Chris, can I clarify? Your aspiration is to be a princess so that you can take a break from being a princess sometimes?
Exactly. Like everybody can relate to needing a break. Everyone can relate to needing a vacation, but everyone can also relate to, I want to be a princess.
I absolutely do not want to be a princess.
I mean, this movie makes a case for not wanting to be a princess.
But what if you got to take a break?
I would, like, not to be contrary, but I cannot imagine anything worse than being famous, successful, well-known, particularly because I think royalty is a human rights violation.
Yeah.
Princess Nora.
Things were not going great for Amidala. Let's just say that.
Truly.
I don't know. That was a weird one, though, because you could sort of like abdicate pretty easily and then like the whale rider takes over.
As we know about Genovia, they have like a strong lineage that they want to uphold. So Princess Anne had to go back to Genovia.
One of my favorite lines ever in any movie is the line from Princess Diaries, which is, "May you forever be barren." So cruel.
I've only just gotten that joke. You saying it right now, it's just clicked in my head.
It's wild. It's a wild Disney movie joke.
Family film.
I would hate to be in a situation where someone is cutting my hair and just going, off, off, off.
You know, she actually had her hair cut on camera. So we've got Audrey Hepburn and Natalie Portman in V for Vendetta have had the two iconic hair
princesses.
Cutting, of course. Well, Amidalla's a queen, but still, you know, iconic hair cutting, like dramatic, symbolic, like I am shedding my fears and expectations and stepping it, you know, self-actualizing via haircut. This is animated, but Howl's Moving Castle would also fall under that heading.
True.
Haircut live on screen.
Yeah. I would never do it.
Yeah, it is a move. But then it's Audrey Hepburn, and I think for a lot of people, the iconic image of Audrey Hepburn is as Holly Golightly. But I mean, she's someone who had multiple iconic images, and like that short crop hair that's like kind of curled back is also an iconic Audrey Hepburn look. Obviously, you know, this is a sequence that would be replicated in many other romantic comedies, but there is something about the royalty aspect of it where it's like royalty is supposed to have some type of classic conservative beauty, and then she goes and gets this completely modern haircut. Not like she doesn't go crazy, but it is a modern, like fresh look.
Edgy.
Yeah.
And oh my God, she looks so good. Like, I hate when people look really good with haircuts that would look bad on me, because then I have to fight the urge to go and get the haircut, you know? I'm like, you don't have that face, Nora. You are not Audrey Hepburn.
No one can go get that hairstyle today. And if they can, they should not, because that would just be rude to everyone else.
Agreed. Save some for the rest of us, you know?
Did this film popularize the saying cool?
Did it?
I don't know, because he says it about her haircut when she gets it cut.
Oh, yeah, because cool is quite like modern.
And then she also uses it at the party later. Because she uses it in a sort of way that's like, yeah, I just learned this new word, cool.
There's another phrase that's repeated. Her first words to him and her last words to him are "so happy," which I think is really sweet and sad, ironically.
The emphasis on your sad there. Sad.
Sad. Can we talk about the ending? We talked about it a little bit earlier. But I watch every movie twice for the podcast, and I had last watched it like a few months ago, and I hallucinated an ending. Like, I created an ending in my mind that I actually thought happened, and I was waiting for it this time. So after she says goodbye and she exits the press conference and all the other journalists wander out, he lingers and he walks very, very, very slowly down the like ballroom and then turns for one last look. She's not there. He leaves. The movie's over. I pictured her like running out onto the stage and being like, I love you. Or like, I don't know what I thought she said. I think maybe I thought she just like ran out and just kind of smiled at him and they just shared one last look. And I was so shocked when it didn't happen. Like, why? I invented this because I was so sure that we needed this like moment of closure or that we would get it, even though I'd already seen the movie.
I get like that on some films.
Oh, yeah. And I think that's just like the mastery of William Wyler at work, because not that I remembered it differently, but I do think even on rewatch that whole sequence still like hits really hard because it's just structured so well, and it just every time you're going to watch it, it's going to stir up those feelings just because it's just like perfect visual storytelling, because it's like when she has that processional and you know that like it takes its time. It's so slow of her like basically shaking all of these hands, nodding graciously to all of these different people, and it's bringing them together and it feels like something momentous is going to happen. And she gets the pictures from Eddie Albert. That is like its own emotional thing. But then it's Gregory Peck. And then it still holds on that sequence and it's pulling them apart at the same time. And like you have this thing in your heart where you're just like, you feel that distance growing between them and you just want them to come together again. And then, like you mentioned, Nora, once it like breaks and it takes this long take where he's walking further away from wherever she physically is, they're literally growing apart, and then he stops and then keeps going. It has this like real emotional effect just through the camera movement. In those two specific shots.
The other thing there is that the decision for him to leave after everybody else has gone, to, you know, like he takes his time. I don't know if he thinks she may come out again or if he just wants to live in this world where he was a little bit close to her once more.
Yeah. I feel like no matter how many times I watch it, I will always expect her to come out at the end because that is how well that moment is structured. Also, this is an audio medium, so I just want to say that I was nodding more emphatically than I've ever nodded at anything in my life at Chris's like breakdown of those shots. I was like, yes, yes.
Well, and hopefully I'm not like too pedantic about it for anyone who has or hasn't seen the movie, of just like, you know, you hate to break things down into minutia to like demystify it, but like I do think it's done so well that's probably impossible to do. I also think ending with Joe rather than Anne in that moment too, because we're more concerned about Anne this whole movie.
Yes.
You know, it's more her movie, but because of the dynamic between them and him trying to get something out of it, I think the ending also contributes to us walking away from the movie of he's not a creep, right? Because there is where, like you're saying, he's taking his time. He wants to still live in that moment with her for as long as he can without breaking the spell. And that he stops and looks back and then keeps moving lets us know that this was actually something special for him too. It wasn't purely him, you know, the romance was mutual. He was feeling that as well and felt like she was a special person, you know. I think we're able to realize that about him and his character arc by ending the movie with him rather than her.
And it reminds us, because we already know that she doesn't want to go back to being a princess, because we've had the scene where she's like, fuck you, I wouldn't have come back if I didn't believe in my like duty to the family. So we've seen her react to it. So we kind of need it from him. We need to be reminded that he's given up his ticket back to New York and he's going to go back to this like job that he hates and this life that is not fulfilling and is lonely. There are consequences for him too. The scene where they're talking about how she can cook and clean and she never gets to do it. that line about, this was my Letterboxd review, the line about, well, it looks like I'll have to move, get a place with a kitchen, absolutely was a knife through my heart, because he was like playing along with her, but was also saying exactly what his like deepest desire was at that moment, but he knew it could never happen. And when she says yes.
But she says yes in a heartbreaking manner.
Oh. I mean, yeah, it's devastating. Like, yep, definitely move and get a kitchen so that I can make pancakes for you and our 2.5 children.
And it's, it is that thing, as much as, I'm not a princess. Nora, you're not a princess, thank God.
Fuck you.
You said you don't want to be a princess.
But I am one.
Oh, okay.
For the record, I am a princess. I am the Princess of Genovia, just so we're clear. It
is one of those things. How them pears doing you?
I was just about to ask that. How's the pear harvest?
You gone mattress surfing lately?
I was going to say I'm too busy mattress surfing.
There is this sort of wonderful aspect of it where, this has been her holiday, and that's the moment with her there where she's like, yeah, get a kitchen. I want to stay in this holiday. Yeah, I think that's something we can all relate to. That's
her staying in the ballroom and walking out very, very slowly. Like they just want to live in the dream.
Yeah.
She's a much stronger woman than I am, because when I tell you that I would not have gotten out of that car and stopped kissing him until I was dragged out of the car.
Well, this is why you're not a princess.
I know. I'm too selfish to be royalty. I want to make out with Gregory Peck. I don't want to do diplomatic visits.
You want to peck from the peck?
I don't just want to peck.
Do you think he used to use that line?
I hope not, because that's disgusting.
Well, peck from the peck.
But speaking of Gregory Peck and whether he was a good person or not, he is apparently the one who advocated for her name to be above the title and for her to get more acknowledgement and appreciation for this. And he apparently spotted her as a star right from day one.
Oh yeah, I mean, he spoke at her funeral as well.
Mm-hmm.
They became great friends from this.
They also both met their future spouses, while filming this movie.
It's a magical place.
Gregory Peck took this role too as balance for his screen persona, that he thought there would be a benefit to his stardom for audiences to see him in different types of movies. And I think that is if point one is we need more rom-coms, point 1A is we need people to embrace that exact thing that Gregory Peck was trying to do in being in this movie, because then you get results like this too. And you have a legacy like Gregory Peck where he does all these different types of movies. The 3 movies that we've invoked the most are 3 entirely different genres and movies between this, Mockingbird, and The Omen,
And Cape Fear.
Absolutely.
Both of them.
Yeah. he does cameo in Scorsese, yes.
Which actors, sort of contemporary actors, would you like to see do rom-coms a la Gregory Peck?
Oh, man. I mean, we've had Glenn Powell do them. Glenn Powell's stardom is in fits and starts, but he would be a bigger star if we had more rom-coms.
Agreed.
And I mean, we mentioned Materialists, which is not really a rom-com, but Dakota Johnson is so right to be doing rom-coms.
She did Persuasion.
True. And some people may say, well, she got her start with 50 Shades of Grey. I mean, I don't think those are necessarily intentional comedies.
A Bigger Splash.
I love A Bigger Splash. I don't know if I would say it's a rom-com, but I love that movie. I love her in it.
I mean, though, Tom Holland and Zendaya were talking about doing it, and I do think Zendaya is someone who is prime for a rom-com. I don't know if I feel the same with Tom Holland.
The drama is kind of a deconstructed rom-com in a way.
Yeah.
Someone who I would love to see in a rom-com, it's more television, but Quinta Brunson would be perfect in a rom-com.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I am desperate to see Robert Pattinson do an honest-to-God rom-com.
Oh, sure.
I would argue the drama is a rom-com. It's a conversation for a different time. But I want him to do, a classic rom-com. I also... Has Alexander Skarsgård done a rom-com? Because if not, he fucking should.
Pillion, kind of.
Yeah.
I can't think of another example.
Yeah.
I'd throw Jenna Ortega in the mix.
Mm.
I think she's got a good, quirky sense of humor and would be able to sort of jump into that world. And like looking on the British side, maybe just because of her SNL UK appearance, but Amy Lou Wood would be an absolute delight in a rom-com.
Nicola Coughlan, for that matter.
Yeah.
All this to say, I agree with you, Chris.
But it's also the problem in just cinema at the moment where movie stars are sort of at a sort of nadir where we're like, do we have them? Do we not? I don't know. And that's why I sort of brought up Zendaya, because I do think that she is the type of movie star who can open a movie. Like, I don't think the drama would have been the hit that it was, and it is a hit, without her in that leading role. Put her in a wedding dress on a poster and you have people interested.
But you know what narrative we get all the time is like Matthew McConaughey. People are like, isn't it amazing that he stopped agreeing to do rom-coms and turned down, $15 million to do a rom-com and did Dallas Buyers Club instead, and now he's got an Oscar. And it's like, I'm thrilled for him that he got to like shape his career, or like Hugh Grant got to shape his career, but I think it would be so much more interesting the other way.
Oh, sure.
Well, the person who does almost go the other way is John Hamm,
right?
Who spent all these years on Mad Men and, is absolutely sensational on it. And then he's like, and you know what I want to do now? I want to be the fuckboy in Bridesmaids.
Great.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this whole hand-wringing of do we have movie stars anymore or not, some of that, goes directly back to there not really being rom-coms anymore too, because I do think starring in a rom-com is a, true test of movie stardom in a way, because you even have someone like Tom Cruise who very successfully did Jerry Maguire, which maybe the rom-com distinction could be up for debate with that movie, but there is a significant romantic element too, and people really loved that movie.
It's a sports-centered rom-com.
Well, who would Glenn Powell be without anyone but you, realistically, is what made him like...
It definitely brought him to a wider audience.
Although Set It Up is better.
Yeah.
As is Hitman.
Yes.
Hitman, one of my, because there are so many, probably one of my favorite recent rom-coms.
Yeah. Yeah, because the person who I think does try and keep the rom-com genre alive, Anne Hathaway.
And she's lending her credibility to the genre, isn't she?
The idea of you and stuff like that.
A great movie about having bangs, as you said.
I've said it, I'll continue to say it. That is the best thing about that movie is her bangs. Stunning.
And the bangs she has along the way.
Yeah, Nicholas Galitzine, actually, because he sort of came up doing romances, it doesn't really count in the same way, but I feel like, to me, he is like a serious actor. Like, I think there is an Oscar in that boy's future, and I'm so glad that he doesn't seem to be being put off from doing romances.
But audiences don't seem to be going for Nicholas Galitzine.
Why? Why?
Well, I mean, he's doing things like Masters of the Universe. He might have to do something with a little bit more gravitas.
He did the Sheep Detectives, damn it.
I mean, the Sheep Detectives is wonderful.
Yeah.
I love him. I will fight anyone who says one negative thing about Nicholas Galitzine. I blocked someone recently on Instagram for saying that he was a bad actor. I was like, I'll be having none of that.
But it's the same thing. I don't know. I love Zoe Deutsch. I loved the voicemails for Isabel recently. I don't know how much audiences go for Zoe Deutsch. I don't feel like you put Zoe Deutsch in. I don't think the crowds are going to turn out for Gail Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex Pars. And it sucks because I just don't know how to change that sort of world. And it's on me to do it. Yeah.
It's your responsibility. Question for the room. If you were a character in Roman Holiday, who would you be?
I mean, it's probably the landlord.
Damn, I wish I'd thought of that. That's too good of an answer. I mean, he's not, he's a bit of a rascal, which is why I'm drawn to saying Eddie Albert. But he's also kind of a jerk about it too. I can't imagine myself being a jerk about their whole situation, but I'll just say Eddie Albert.
Yeah, you can take the good, leave the bad.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I'm the maid who brings the milk and crackers at the end, and then Audrey Hepburn's like, no milk and crackers.
I thought you were going to say you were the maid in his apartment who just tells her off for being a harlot.
I'm not going to slut shame Audrey Hepburn.
I like she does this whole thing. Audrey Hepburn's like, I don't understand.
I don't understand. She's really mean. Maybe I'm the barber.
I can see
that's
that.
a good pull.
Would you be so mean to cut someone's hair and just keep going off, off, off?
Well, she asked for it, so
She didn't ask him to be mean about it.
Okay, I wouldn't be mean, but I would ask her to go dancing.
Wouldn't we all?
Mm.
I wouldn't be him, but I do love the agent who waits round the corner to sucker punch Gregory Peck in the face.
Oh my god, the fight.
Yeah.
All the best rom-coms have brawls. Like, we're going to cover Bridget Jones's Diary soon, which has the best rom-com brawl. But this one's pretty fucking close. Why don't we brawl anymore? You know?
You want to go
As a
right now,
society.
Nora? You want to go?
Outside.
I suddenly put on my umpire or referee, whatever it is in boxing. I put on my uniform. I'll be the person that rings the bell.
Amazing.
I love that she jumps into the water after him and then they just swim away.
Mm-hmm.
Which I feel like is a long swim.
That's why she went back to the castle. She needed medicine because she got sick from swimming in that dirty little river.
Yeah, for real. She's got like an ear infection now.
Yeah.
Would you react to someone telling you your schedule like she does? Because I would.
Yeah, probably. Just scream.
Yeah. Anytime I look at my work schedule, I scream. And my work schedule is so bare. I have the world's least important job.
And
I
yet,
feel like I would be more efficient if I just had someone telling me my schedule that rather than constantly ruminating my schedule in my own mind. If I had someone who just said, okay, now go do this, I would be so much freer in a way.
You ever use your calendar app?
I do, but then I'm like, I have this today and this today and this today. Got to mentally prepare for having that tomorrow and also that tomorrow. And then in 3 days, I also have to do this. So I need to work in time so that I'm prepared to also do that. You know, that is where I'm like, the wheels are constantly spinning. Someone just tell me what I need to do at any given moment, please.
yeah, I get that.
I'm so good at juggling that stuff. Not to like just praise me, but yeah, I am good.
Jock would make a great princess.
I would.
I think you might make the best princess of the three of us here.
Maybe. But I'm stuck as a landlord.
There unfortunately was no MTV Movie Award the year that Roman Holiday came out. So
I wonder if
play-
Roman Holiday would win Best Kiss.
it was a pretty good kiss, especially for like old-timey movie kisses are usually not great because they just kind of mash their mouths together and stay there for a long time.
This is also the year of Peter Pan. And Peter Pan has that thing where he gets a thimble and they call it a kiss. And maybe that unique
Right.
kind of kiss is what wins
Sure.
in 1953.
The category used to be for seamstresses.
I think that while their kiss does technically adhere to the rules of kind of just mash your mouth together and stay there, it's a much better kiss than a lot of like old movies.
Well, yeah, because the kiss is not the kiss itself, right? It's the build up to the kiss. It's the context of the kiss, right?
If the MTV Movie Awards had existed in 1953, then maybe it would have been in with the real chance.
But they weren't.
Sadly not. So for today's game, we are going to be guessing the nominees and winner of the MTV Best Kiss Award in the year 2009. Just random other year.
Chris, you are welcome to guess or you are welcome to give hints.
See, you're good at this game, Chris, so you should guess.
Okay. So the thing about the MTV Movie Awards is they would happen in the summer. So it also includes stuff from late 2008.
Mm-hmm.
So
it has to be Twilight.
Yeah.
Yep, Twilight is the winner. So 2009 is the beginning of Twilight's 4 year reign of terror.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, 4? So it didn't.
Part 2 is like, fuck you.
Yeah,
We're over it.
Breaking Dawn Part 2, no
Dead in a
nomination
Yeah.
even.
Wow.
I think it was one of those things where, where some people's like, you know what, we've won enough. Let someone else have a try.
Yeah.
So we got Twilight in there.
It's a really weird year. It's a mix of like teen stuff and like serious films.
Is High School Musical 3 in there?
It is.
Yes!
Well done.
You said teens and like really serious films, and like one film crosses those bridges together.
It's both.
Yeah, it's the most serious film of 2008.
So serious stuff makes me think
The Reader.
the previous Oscars, which would be like...
Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
No, although that would have been a really good one.
Is Slumdog Millionaire?
It is.
There you go. I mean, obviously Frost Nixon.
You're not that far off,
The
actually.
moment where Frost and Nixon kiss.
Wait, not that far off. Is The Reader nominated there?
Another kind of biographical drama about like real people, real events.
Oh, is Milk a nominee?
It is Milk.
Right.
I
right.
like that. I like that for the MTV Movie Awards.
Well, this is when they were like, oh, we need to stop making gay kisses be funny. Like,
Yeah.
it's a bad look for us. So let's get one that's like not like that.
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
it Sean Penn and Franco? Or yeah. Because that way you can also be like, and we nominated James Franco.
Yeah.
Which
a very MTV
which was cool
person.
at the time.
Okay, there's 2 left. One is a bromantic comedy.
So is it I Love You Man?
It is I Love You, Man.
Okay, I take back what I just said. They were like, they have to stop doing that. They were still doing that, but they also realized it might have been a bad look.
Is it both Jason Segel and Paul Rudd kissing? Like,
Paul Rudd and Thomas Lennon.
oh, okay.
One last film, which is an action thriller that I have never heard of.
A 2008 action thriller. Be wild if it's Taken.
It is not, but it has a similar sort of title, like a one-word sort of dramatic.
Returned.
Like
Is it Wanted?
yes. I was like, it's a past tense verb.
God.
Wanted.
I guess it makes sense. It's Angelina Jolie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what movie's
Yeah.
bad? Wanted.
Yeah, Wanted's not a good movie.
You know your movie's going to be bad when it opens with an ancient band of weavers.
Well done, everybody.
That was pretty good.
Round of applause silently.
What a lineup of movies.
Right, it's a weird year.
It's the only time Milk was ever up against Twilight or Wanted.
Should we? Well, okay, so best song is sort of a question mark on this one because there are bits of the score that are on Spotify. I think it's a beautiful score. I didn't feel particularly moved to put any of it on the playlist, but did either of you?
I mean, I can't even recall the music in the movie. I'm sure it's a great score, but I mean, the thing that instantly comes to your mind when you think of this movie is just like Audrey Hepburn emoting, you know?
Yeah. Can we put that on the playlist?
Yeah, if we could. Yeah.
Surely there has to be some band that has a song called Audrey Hepburn.
There are a ton of songs called Roman Holiday, as I discovered when I was looking for the soundtrack on Spotify.
Just no Nicki Minaj. Please, no Nicki Minaj.
Why? Is she a problem these days?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, then let's fast forward on to would do, wouldn't do, have done. Jack, would you like to kick us off? What would you do?
I would wait for the rest of the press to leave and then linger and watch and just live in the little moment there where, I could have been happy.
That's beautiful. Chris, what would you do?
I would go to a Roman boat party. I don't know why she hesitates on that when her hairstylist invites her. Yeah, I am free and available. Invite me to your boat party in Rome.
I would borrow money for cab fare and then spend it on new shoes, gelato, and a haircut.
I believe that.
Yeah, I definitely would.
I feel like you could pull off that haircut.
You would be wrong.
Oh, but I think you could pull off a bonnet. So,
Also wrong.
And I think you could pull off that little thing she's wearing at the end at the press conference.
Definitely could. Correct.
Okay, there we go.
Jack, what wouldn't you do?
I wouldn't steal a kid's camera.
No. Yeah, no, bad moment.
It really was just that little girl's voice just being, no, this is my camera.
That's my camera.
No, don't do that. And it's the way he's like, that's a nice camera you got there. Oh.
Not a good moment for him. Chris, what wouldn't you do?
This is not, especially in like the legacy, the iconography of this movie, this is not going to, I may be losing the listeners here if I haven't already. I am not riding on a Vespa with another person. I'm just not doing that. That does not look safe. Vespas do not look like they belong to two people. I'm very anxious around small moving vehicles. I would never.
So you're saying that you hate romance?
Basically, if showing my allegiance to romance means riding on a small scooter vehicle with another adult person, I am a romantic now.
I suddenly just realized, I wonder if there has been like a Hallmark movie called Romance. If not, I am selling that to Hallmark tomorrow. That is a perfect film title.
Great.
About someone who goes to Rome and falls in love.
With an ant?
An ant?
Rome ants?
It's an ants. It's ANCE.
I don't get it.
You know the word romance?
Yes, but
It's
what
got
does
Rome.
ants? But what does ants mean?
It's just another word.
Oh, it's not two words in your title. It's one word.
It's hyphened.
It's just a pun.
Oh, I thought it was like the movie Ants.
It's
ANTZ.
It's my B movie spin-off in which Jerry Seinfeld voices an ant who falls in love with Renee Zellweger.
In my defense, that is a lot more like the kind of thing you normally pitch.
Fuck.
That is on brand.
Is it?
I think so.
I think I'm always pitching ant movies.
Okay, wouldn't do. So I've said this already. I wouldn't ask my landlord to hold a princess captive in my apartment at fucking gunpoint.
You don't know until you're in that situation, though.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. But also, if I had hair like hers, I wouldn't have cut it off. And I know it was symbolic, but I simply would not have cut my beautiful hair off.
But she looks so good.
Don't care. Wouldn't have done it. I've been trying to grow my hair for so long, which is related to my have done. So, Jack, what have you done?
I have been to Italy.
Wonderful.
There you go.
Last time I was there, I went for the Venice Film Festival.
Jealous.
I think we should go back, Nora.
Cool. Yeah, I would love to go. Chris, what have you done?
I have thought that a haircut could change me or change my life.
Did it?
No.
Then you didn't try hard enough.
No.
Different style.
So my have done is that I have had my hair done by someone from Rome. So my hairdresser, Stefania, who I love very, very much, is from Rome. And she has done wonderful things with my hair over the past 3 years or however long it's been since I've met her. Shout out, Stefania. I don't think you listen to this, but I love you.
Well, now tell her that she's mentioned on the pod. She'll listen.
Yeah, I will tell her.
I was watching this and I'm like, there are very few things in this I have done.
Eaten gelato.
I have eaten gelato. I want to go back to Italy. I'd love to go to Rome. Let's go.
Great.
See you there.
Group trip.
Romcom Bradow?
The romcom Bradow. For those unaware, the romcom Bradow is our scientific method in which we rate romcoms. The romcom Bradow, of course, stands for Romantic Comedy Breakdown, and it is split into several sections. The first 3 sections are ratings out of 5 for leads, supporting characters, and plot. Then we go into the romcom scale. This is the 0 to 100 scale that rates whether your film is more romantic at the 0 end of the scale or more comedic at the 100 end of the scale, with 50 being the ultimate balance of rom and com. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. Rev your Vespas. For we are
Your separate Vespas for
Yes.
safety purposes.
separate Vespas.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Chris.
The romhole romcom Bradow. Let us begin with leads/chemistry. I feel like I know where this is going to go, but Chris, where are you landing?
I mean, top of the scale. That's a 5. That's
It's a 5.
You know, there's an element of, well, what about the characters? There's a lot of simplicity to the movie and the characters, but I do think, you know, the chemistry is just kind of off the charts. So it's a 5. It's a 5.
That was the important part of the, like, who cares about simplistic characters? As long as we're drawn into the romance of it all, it gets a 5 on the rom-com scale.
Yeah, definitely a 5 for me. Like the fact that we fully believe that they aren't just kind of into each other, but are in love with each other after such a short time. It's because of their performances, their chemistry.
Supporting characters.
This is where it's gonna, after everything I've said, you might expect the scales to be tipped by Eddie Albert in this movie, but no, it's the landlord that I'm like, actually, you know, she's fabulous. The thing is, there's not much for anyone else to do in this movie, even though I think all of the other characters are utilized really, really well. Even the hairstylist, when we see the hairstylist again, it's just like, oh, we're seeing this kind of like evolution to, oh, he was super annoyed by her and now he thinks she's fabulous. I'm going to give it a 3.5, but a highly friendly 3.5. You know, it's not a flaw in the movie, but you know, it's not really about anyone else other than these two leads.
Yeah, I'm same. I give it a 3. I think everyone is utilized well, but it's just not about that for this film. And it's a friendly 3.
Yeah, I did the same. I went 3.
Plot.
See, this is also where I'm like, this is a very simple movie. You know, it's somewhat archetypal, but I think because of and you know, it obviously has its own influences, like It Happened One Night, but I think that there's bits and pieces of this movie that are so incredibly influential and would be, you know, brought back in other movies that I do kind of have to give this a 5. And I also love the bittersweet thing of the couple that doesn't get together, but we in the audience feel very much that we want them together. So I'm going to say 5.
I think people who are in relationships can feel more comfortable about couples not getting together. Me, tragically single boy, just wants to see something happy, and I'm just like, oh no, this is how it's gonna end for me. I'm gonna be walking away from my princess. I went for a 4. I think it is like a really strong like plot. I think it carries itself well. It doesn't reinvent the wheel, nor does it have to. It's simple but effective, so I went for a 4.
So I was debating between 4.5 and 5 because I was like, do I knock off half a point because they don't end up together? But I think that them not ending up together is the right ending for this movie. And
you're in a relationship. What a fucking surprise.
Wow, this is a sample size of 2, Jack. This is not science.
This is the rom-com breakdown, Nora. It's science.
Correlation is not causation, my guy. But your logic does make sense. Because I didn't watch it and go, what the fuck, they should have gotten together. I don't understand. They're just trying to make it edgy. I was like, well, yeah, this was obviously a tragic love story where they never could have gotten together.
Yeah, no, it is a perfect ending. My pretense is fake.
So I don't want to give it a 4.5 because it's perfect, but I'm also like, so maybe I'll say 4.75.
That is your right to do so.
Yep.
It's a cop-out. I split the difference a lot.
Well, now we move on to the rom-com scale. 0 being more romantic, 100 being more comedic. Where are we landing on this big rom-com thermometer I have here?
I struggled with this.
I went 32.
Interesting.
The issue is the movie is funny. There is a lot of jokes in the movie. Yeah. Do the jokes and the comedic stakes come from the romantic side of it? Not entirely. Not most of the time.
No.
Because the romance enters in actually really late in the story. So it's more of a comedy than it is a romance, but then it's so romantic suddenly that it shoves it back the other way.
Yeah. It's also one of these things where I'm like, I think it's more fun than funny.
That's fair.
Charming.
Yeah. Like my biggest laugh is that stairway thing, which is really funny.
It is.
And does sort of lean into the romance aspect of it because it's like this sort of meet cute funniness. And that whole sequence is funny. But like, I don't know if I find like her having her tantrum funny. I do think the shoe.
No, it's sad.
Yeah, I think the shoe is funny.
Mm-hmm. The other thing is that when we cover movies that have tragic elements, that tends to push us toward the romance side, even though it's completely separate. It's not part of the grid. But the ending of this being so, like, your heart is just so full. I don't know if it's the romance I'm responding to or if it's the sadness that's wanting to. I almost want to put this on the comedy side. I don't know. I truly cannot figure out where this fits.
I'm going to give it a 25 because I think that the romance element is definitely more in play with like what we love about this movie.
Good point.
I also think like the tragic ending of it is also like, it's beautifully romantically tragic.
It is. It's hopeful in some way.
I don't think it's hopeful for them, but it is this sort of like, it is this weirdly optimistic, like, love is out there.
It is bizarrely optimistic for the fact that it's so sad. Like, you sort of go, well, we know they can feel things. Like, they've discovered something about themselves or they've made a real connection. Like, it feels like a positive thing.
Like, I was crying when watching it, but I was also like, that's beautiful, man. Nora, you got to pick a number.
I won't. I can't do it. 40.
Okay, fine. Nora thinks this is a laugh riot.
I do.
And that is the Rom-Com Braid Owl. And that sadly does bring us to the end of our segments.
That is sad.
But
Chris, we are so happy to have you back on the show.
Thank you for having me back, especially for this movie. Total pleasure.
I wanted to get you back because I was like, we had Chris on early. We were unprepared. We were, we were just babes in the woods back then.
I didn't have a voice. Like, I had lost my voice, so I was like, through your whole episode. And we were in a studio that was like terrible.
I remember you guys hating the studio.
You couldn't see me.
It was the guy at the studio's first day and didn't really know how to operate anything.
Yeah, it was bad.
None of that was in your control. But as far as all of that, that is just perception because I thought you guys were great.
Oh, well, we thought you were great. We were also so deeply flattered that we were like, we theoretically have a podcast. We can't prove to you this is real because we've published nothing. And you were like, yeah, fuck it. I'll come talk about Nancy Myers.
I think it did help that it was Nancy.
I mean, who doesn't want to talk about Nancy?
Yeah, if someone said to me, do you want to turn up and talk about Nancy? And I'm like, for a podcast? I'm like, no, just to talk about Nancy, just with me and my pals. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do that.
Just very kind of you to lend us your credibility and your vote of confidence, That
is very kind of you to say that I have credibility. That's wonderful.
You do.
Well, speaking of credibility, Chris, what would you like to plug?
Come check out our show. I host This Had Oscar Buzz with my friend Joe Reed. We talk about movies positioned for Oscar that managed to score 0 nominations. We also have a Patreon at patreon.com/thishadoskarbuzz. Over there, we're going to be talking about the things we love to obsess about and like deep dives into that. And then also movies that managed to score 1 or 2 nominations.
I was listening to the Patreon the other day because Nora and I went to see The Birdcage.
The Birdcage episode, of course, it's, my friend Joe and I are 2 gay guys. So, of course, a lot of it is us bickering about gay guy minutia, but we have a good time over there. We also recapped the 1987 Oscars where Cher won her Oscar over on our Patreon.
And Holly Hunter lost hers.
And Holly Hunter, well, she still has one. She has one, but
she does.
That could have been hers. Could have also been Sally Kirkland. But yeah, we have a good time. If you love hearing chat about movies, come check us out.
Such a fun show. Do you want to plug your own socials or?
Yeah, check me out on Letterboxd. It's Chris Feil. That's Feil.
Boom.
This has been When Rom Met Com. You can find us on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at When Rom Met Com. There are links there to the Vanity Fair article, to our Letterboxd, and any other things we found and want to share. You can DM us or send us an email at mail@whenrommet.com.
Get it?
We'd love to hear your thoughts on the films, what rom-coms you think should have made the list, your best would-dos, wouldn't-dos, and have-dones, or anything else you'd like to hear about. I'd also like to hear people's pitches for rom-ants.
Yes, please.
Please get in touch. If you've had a nice time today, please consider leaving us a review or following us wherever you get your podcasts. And if you'd like to support the future of the show, so one day we can do an episode on
any other Audrey Hepburn movie,
Breakfast at Tiffany's, Sabrina, you can leave us a tip on our Ko-Fi. Next time we'll be discussing number 6.
10 Things I Hate About You. My favorite rom-com. It's finally happening.
And we've got a good guest for that one as well.
We do.
We always do. You're all great. Thanks for listening. And remember, oddly enough, we don't hate you. Not even a little bit. Not even at all. See you next time.
Yay.
Bye.